Talking zucchini bread.
And soup.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Because it's that time of year where you're going to see zucchini everywhere on sale because there's going to be so much of it. It's a bumper crop.
It's a what?
Bumper crop.
No, I liked your hand motion.
Bumper crop.
Yeah, there you go. It's a summer bumper crop with
Bumper
zucchini.
crop.
So, what are you going to do with all the zucchini? Well, we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
With Tinky Weisblat from TinkyCooks.com. She's a singer, a writer, a cook. She's
a Renaissance lady.
That's what can I say?
Yeah, you're like Michelangelo.
And she has a fascinator that's fascinating.
I am fascinating, and I love zucchini, and I feel that zucchini is it's the fruitcake of summer. People are mean about zucchini.
Okay.
There are all these jokes about how you go and you hide it on your neighbor's doorstep in the dark of night so you don't have to have so much zucchini.
I've already gotten zucchini in a bowl on my doorstep. I kid you not. I really have. I have a neighbor who loves giving me zucchini.
So here's something you can do with it. And what I like about both of the recipes that we're making today is that you can freeze them and eat them when there's no more zucchini. So that's kind of cool. But you can also eat them right now. This is a really easy soup that comes from my friend Betsy.
Thank you, Betsy.
In Heath and New York City. Good life, huh?
Yeah.
So we
Betsy
have
gets
in our
around.
pot here some onion and garlic. They're actually garlic scapes because that's what my farm share had. And of course, zucchini and just the smallest amount of olive oil. And you start with the onion and garlic and saute for about 5 minutes. Then I put in the zucchini for about 5 more minutes. Then we're going to pour in some chicken stock. It could be vegetable stock. It could be water. This is a really easy recipe, and if you don't have the exact proportions, use whatever you've got. And then we just grab leaves of basil, but if you'd rather use dill, if you'd rather use cilantro with a little curry powder, you can get all different flavors.
Ooh.
Well, this is good too because
has such a comforting smell.
And a lot of people have too much basil this time of year too, and they're thinking, I'm sick of pesto.
And I love, you're going to see in a minute what a really strong and delicious flavor this gives you. I just love it. So we just throw that in there, and then of course we would continue cooking if we were continuing to cook, but we're going to move on because we have some made up. So
how long in the process is this? How long do we let this simmer for?
About 15 minutes,
until it gets
semi-covered, until the zucchini are vaguely softened. Then, the stove is off. That's always good.
That's for the best, yeah.
Then I divided it in half. So this is only a half recipe, and that's only a half recipe. So you can see here that the zucchini is getting softer.
Yeah.
And it looks more chicken stocky. And the leaves have gone. Now, I'm using an immersion blender. You can use a regular blender. Just be aware if you use the regular blender that you want to process it in small batches because it's hot.
Can you put heat in those big blenders?
You can. You just want to. It's amazing how fast things explode. So you want to just do a little bit at a time. So that's why I brought along the handy dandy immersion blender.
Makes it a little easier, yeah.
Yeah, I can also make a mess with this, I have to say, but I'll try not to.
We need protective eyewear or something
fun
today.
While you're cooking, yeah.
Yeah, I love this thing.
This is an incredibly healthy recipe, too.
It is. There's only that little bit of olive oil. I forgot to say a little salt and pepper, although can't remember whether they're in here or not. We'll see in a minute.
We'll be able to tell you.
You can always add them later, but most of the flavor comes from the zucchini and the basil.
Well, it's amazing too because you have these, this is going to end up being a creamy-esque soup, but with no cream. Oh.
That was exciting.
This is why we need to wear some sort of headgear.
I got a little zucchini on my hat. Never mind.
It tastes great.
I'm going to cover this is the moneymaker here. We can't have it getting hurt.
Yeah, if I had it in a bigger pot, it would be safer, but that's all right. You know what? And we're just going to taste it like this chunky, okay?
Sounds
you
good.
want to taste it?
I want to taste it, sure.
Okay, so let's grab I had a ladle.
Oh, it's right there.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Teamwork.
Thanks to Betsy, by the way.
Yeah, Betsy, we appreciate the recipe. And again, this can be, and if you want a little bit of yogurt, there's yogurt.
I do.
Just a dollop.
Oh man, this is so good.
It tastes just like zucchini and basil, and it's so fresh tasting.
But you know what it is? It's
yogurt.
filling too because it's a thick soup.
Yeah, exactly. You could have it cold, you can have it hot.
You want some
Of course
yogurt?
The yogurt makes it just a little bit creamy, but if you're a vegan, just skip the yogurt.
And later on in the show, what goes great with zucchini herb soup?
But zucchini bread?
Zucchini bread.
Scale of 1 to 10, how hard is zucchini bread to make?
Oh, which is easier and which is harder? It's easy.
One is easy.
So 1.
So it's a 1.
Maybe 1.25.
All right.
Oh.
Well, we'll get into all that later, see where it really falls on the scale on the latter half of the show today.
I can't wait to try this.
I'm going to eat more of this soup in a bit. And still to come. I'll do it too. We're back with Tinky. She's a food writer and more. TinkyCooks.com. apparently a dance teacher, coach extraordinaire. We're making zucchini bread.
We are.
And we're going to prove that this is one of the happiest places on earth, right here, Studio 1A.
I would say so, especially when you've got zucchini bread, because we're using up our zucchini and we're having fun. Would somebody see if I have grated enough zucchini to fill 2 cups, please?
Okay.
Yeah, we're on
If not, we'll grate a little more. And I'm going to start, this is canola oil and brown sugar.
Canola oil and brown sugar. So you need quite a bit of brown sugar, right?
Yes, although I have to say, this recipe comes from a lovely lady named Janice Shea. Hi, Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Lives in Northern Connecticut and is about to turn 80.
Are you serious? Good for
happy
her.
And when she saw this recipe in my cookbook, she said, Tinky, I don't make it with that much sugar anymore. Too late. So, okay, so next we need 3 eggs, please.
And 2 cups of this, is that right?
2 cups of zucchini, that looks perfect.
May I?
That comes later, though.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just making sure we had enough.
That's okay.
Eggs.
2.
3. Farm fresh eggs, of course.
Here we are.
And
Number
2. And
I feel
3.
like a little shell never hurt anybody.
A little shell gives us our calcium.
There we are.
Okay, then we're going to throw in a little bit of, this is actually 3 things: salt, a little baking powder, and a little baking soda, amazingly.
All mixed in one. You want me to throw that in there now? Okay.
And then cinnamon.
Oh, yes. Don't you love it?
I love it. A little sniff.
So aromatic.
stuff.
Warm.
I know, it's the best
scent and
flavor, and it works well. Well, just about anything works well with zucchini. Zucchini really takes on the flavor of just about anything.
Zucchini's the tofu of the garden.
It is. Isn't that
Yeah.
brilliant? And you can actually use it in a stir fry. Okay, now a little flour, please.
Oh, over here.
Yeah, sorry.
course.
And if you want to put, I wouldn't put all whole wheat flour, but certainly some of that nice white whole wheat flour you can mix in with your regular flour. Go ahead.
All of this?
Just throw it in, and we're
good.
going to mix slowly so that we don't. We'll try not to make a mess, but
No,
you
we
guys
can
might
make
want
a mess.
to.
We're
You might
cool.
want
I
to
was
stand back.
Yeah, these aren't my best pants, so
Well, good.
we can mess them up.
I think it's fun when you get a little
Oh,
flour all over the place.
crazy.
Yeah, a little crazy, exactly.
And then raisins and zucchini.
Wow. That's pretty easy, huh?
I mean, it takes no time.
You just want to make sure you have a really extra large bowl with high sides, right?
Yes,
So that
exactly,
you can
'cause-
fit everything.
And if you have a little bit of extra raisin and a little bit of extra zucchini, it just makes it moister.
Yeah.
Ooh, but then we have to be a little careful. But that's all right, because we're about to taste it. So I'm going to tell you what we would do with this if I had remembered my loaf pans. We would we would put it in 2 greased loaf pans.
Okay.
The older and rattier, the better. I find that makes things bake better.
They're
so I get the
seasoned.
ones that
Yeah.
are, yes, beyond seasoned, the ones in my house. But never mind.
That's a
And
good thing. You use them.
you put them in a preheated 350 oven for 45 minutes to an hour. You just use the toothpick to see when they're done.
Explain this toothpick thing to me. So you pull it out, it
take
needs
a
to be
toothpick.
dry.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. What if you put it in and there's a wet ingredient there, like a piece of zucchini or maybe a chocolate chip?
Well, these zucchinis are so dispersed that doesn't happen here. But yeah, if
Okay.
it's a chocolate chip, then you say, oh, that's just the chocolate chip. Let's try another area. And you
good
just
point, I
turn
guess
your,
so.
You wanna go in the
toothpick
center.
over and try again.
Okay, I get it. And it looks like this at the
It
end?
looks like this at the end, and it tastes like this, so taste it, please.
Okay. Okay.
Don't mind it. I
Just
Wow.
to bite. You can put nuts in.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's very, kids love it. And
Now-
you do have
it's
zucchini
amazing.
in there. Yeah, it's really.
Hey, yeah, you're sneaking vegetables
You're
into the
sneaking
kids.
vegetables into the kids.
They won't know what hit
and
'em.
as Janice tells us, we could use a little less sugar if we need.
Yeah.
And it tastes like cinnamon raisin bread with
Exactly.
some butter. Oh,
I might
no.
just have
Thank
to.
you very Tinky,
so
why don't you
good.
have a bunch of it? Thank
With
you to
zucchini
Janice,
soup.
too.
Thank you, Janice. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Janice.
Happy birthday, Janice. Thank you, Tinky. Always so nice to have you here.